How you doing? I just noticed. I had set up the show for to start at 3 p.m. And I was thinking, well, 3 o'clock Eastern. But yeah, I set it for 3 o'clock Mountain. So I just noticed I had set up the. You guys are thinking, is he going on at 5 o'clock today? No, he's not going on at 5 o'clock. Is no, I'm on now. Is Bruce coming on? When's he coming on? He's coming on at 5 o'clock. That's way after the close. Welcome welcome all to the final hour of trading from 3 o'clock till 4 o'clock Eastern time. I'm glad you could make it. What's going on? We're up 99 on the Dow. This is the highest level, roughly, of the day. We're up 31 points on S&P, and we're up 244 on NASDAQ. The NASDAQ's been up all day long, and looks like it's finally convinced the Dow to kind of come along for part of the ride, I suppose. The NASDAQ is up 1.7 points. The Dow's only up not even 0.3. So the Dow would have to go up about 500 points to catch up to the NASDAQ. So the Dow is way behind on this index. We'll see what it brings the next 58 minutes or something. On some of our favorite stocks and other things here, oil is up $4 a barrel, 103. Rocket Lab right now is up to 833. The high of the day on good old Rocket Lab is 840, and the volume is 2.9 million. So we're right near the high of the day. Been holding fairly well the last 3 hours up here. SoFi did get to 1003. It hit it. It got to 1003, but could not hold it. It came back. It is now at 984. It's still up 51 cents. It's having a great day. Only 29 million traded, though. A very quiet day, which is interesting because we're at 51 cents on only 29 million volume. That's a sign of the stock drying out. As far as desperate, eager, got-to-get-out sellers, we might be running out of those. Wouldn't that be a treat? That would be a pip. GameStop, 169.70, up $4.70 right now. The high on GameStop touched 171.77. That was looks like about 2 hours ago, not quite 2 hours ago. Volume today, 3.7 million. We're not going to see 5 million today. We're quickly coming back on volume here. We are quickly fading out. We're up 460. I'll grant you that. We were as low as 156.52 this morning. But we could revisit these prices again. 169.60 right now on GameStop. All right. We'll take the gain, but I don't know how long it's going to last. AMC down 45 cents to 22.85. It hit the high this morning of 23.75. Around noon, it was near that price, but now it's backed off again, about almost $1, 90 cents off the high of the day. Volume of 43 million. We had 150 million a day going through, almost 200 million a day last week. Over on Highcroft. Highcroft Mining's had a very weird day. It started off at 205, then it went down to 195 in the first 30 minutes of the day. Then it kind of came back to the $2.05 level, and then caught up to the 210 level, hung around there, and now in the last 10 minutes, it's 225. So gone up 15 cents on a volume of 39 million shares. This is about 1/9 of what we were doing last week. The high trading range, like the most active days last week, 350 million a day. 39 million will not cut it. And this shot, I don't know if this is a real investment shot or it's just a gung-ho investor trying to pick up some stock and get something going. I don't know. Not too sure about that. 225, 226 on Highcroft. Up a dime. That's all it is. Just up a dime. Matterport, $8.62. The high was $8.72 a few minutes ago. 4.8 million shares. We seem to be going up 2, down 1, up 2, down 1, up 2, down 1. We're just going up and up. We'll take the gain, and hopefully we'll see more to it. 862. 23andMe cannot hold $4. Got up 411. That's as far as it could get. It just couldn't get out of the gravitational pull, and down it came again. It's now down 2.5 cents on the day at 393.5. 2.19 million shares. That's the story on 23andMe. Over on Spire, we're at 204, unchanged. We got up to 212 today. And that was this morning. We were like flatlining here at like 204 up until about 11:15 this morning. And then in half an hour, it shot up to 212. And now we're back to 204 again. It's just strange days indeed. Definitely strange. ATIP, $2, and it's holding at $2. It's just flatlining right across at $2 now for 4 hours. 677,000 shares. The shares won't go up. They won't go down. They just are trading at $2. It's almost like it's being stopped, just being stopped. Spire and ATIP are flat. Smart Rent, low of 516, high of 558. We're at 550. We're up 32 cents on Smart Rent. The low trade was the opening. It's been up here all day. 713,000. Good to see. Just like to see it keep going. Smart Rent, 550. Sextera, 1270, up 38. Yay. Was flat, sitting around this, what was this, around 253 to 255 for about 3 hours. And then it just shot up a few minutes, about the last hour ago. We're now to 1270 on 173,000 shares. Just weird patterns. Pfizer down 73 cents to 50.84. 50.84. Pfizer staying down on the day after dropping off this morning from 51.87 down to 50.38 in a hurry, and we're down here at 50.84. Now, Robinhood is up 23 cents to 13.73. Over at Vanek Vectors, we're up 3.45 on it. 268 a share. The Home Depot shares were kind of flat this morning. They were sort of break even about an hour into the market, but we've gained now. We were down to 299 on the opening. We're now at 306. We're up 452. So this surge in the market finally is coming into Home Depot as well. Looks like Vanek also has caught a bit of a tailwind here. But IBM just coming back to break even. It's down 3 cents at $130. IBM just cannot catch a break. Microsoft at $314 is up $4.80 a share. Microsoft, 309 for the low on the opening, and now it's at 314. Can't seem to get over 315 on Microsoft. It's kind of like a 305, 315 range right now. So writing options at 315, 316. Fire away. Apple 177.99, up 368. 170 to 178 kind of neighborhood. Goldman down $1, 329.15. It's been here all day. Cisco up 22 cents. Took a long time for Cisco to do this. 55.88, but 56, 57 resistance. Facebook up 851 to 233. Amazon up $70 at $3,341. Tesla's up 63 to 1147. Google at 28.71, up $57 today. Bed Bath Beyond up 6 cents. Gave it all back. Whatever it was gaining this morning, it gave it all back. Bed Bath Beyond up 28 cents to 702. Royal Caribbean down 8 cents at 83.58. Target up 298. JP Morgan up 99. Costco down 240. Walmart down 23 cents. Nvidia up $6. American Airlines up 9 cents to 18.33. Netflix 19.44 on the upside today to 392.91. Netflix having a good day. Was as low as 373, now 392. Moderna down $4.36. Okay, there you go. Anyway, 98-point gain on the Dow right now. 98 points. Kind of, hanging around this level now. It's sort of. Let me just double check that now. There, the old rocket. Yeah, here we go. The old Dow Jones. Around noon today, it was up 60, 70 points. Now it's up 90. It's like, it's up, but it's not like way up. It's just, like I said, the S&P, NASDAQ are far outperforming the Dow Jones today. Interest rate concerns probably affecting the 30 Dow Jones stocks on average because a lot of them pay a dividend. And if interest rates are expected to go up 2% this year to the 2% mark, the wonder is how many of these Dow stocks can improve their dividend payouts to outdo the 10-year Treasury, or will they lose to the 10-year Treasury? When your stocks don't pay what the U.S. government can guarantee you over 10 years. When you can't match the United States government, your stocks are in trouble. Not that they're shaky and they're going to be off the board, anything like that. They just won't have a good run. And investors now with dollars go, well, yeah, look, I can put 100,000 into IBM or stock whatever, but I could put 100,000 with Uncle Sam and they'll give me more money. Why would I mess? Why wouldn't I give Uncle Sam money if they're going to give me more than the biggest corporations in America for my money? That's what is being debated here, and that's why these markets are wondering just how aggressive our interest rate's going to rise. We'll have to see. All right. GameStop, while I'm talking, popped again. 172.84, up 784 on GameStop. 172.97. Trying to put on a little rally here. There is no news. There has been zero news on GameStop. I've got nothing to indicate why it is doing what it's doing. I got nada. This morning, there was news this morning saying that like articles are out there saying stuff like stock is cooling after recent spike from insider buying. 3 stocks to avoid this week, headlines like that. So GameStop's not being given, there's no encouragement being given by anybody to jump onto GameStop stock, but it's 172.58 right now, and we are at the high of the day here. We were at the high of the day a minute ago at 173.24. That was the high of the day just a moment ago. So there you are. We've had the low of the day in the early morning. Now we have the high of the day here, and it's time to write options. If you can write 180s for this Friday, 175s, 180s for this Friday or next Friday, might be a good idea to take advantage of that. Why not? Anyway, Beach Boy, I went on and wrote 2 GameStop April 22nd 190s for $11.95. I hope you do approve. Oh, I like that 190s. I like that you're writing 190s out of the money for big money. I like that. Yes. Christina, I wrote a 200 call and got 350 for it. Right on. GameStop, of course, still have a few more to write, but waiting for a bit of a rip. Thank you for all your work, says Benway. Thank you. Moonamore's thumbs up number 46. Kiwi's thumbs up number 51. Thank you, everybody, for popping through here and let me worry what's going on. BZ, I thought Jen was going to come on and host. Had me worried your April Fool's joke became a reality. Yeah. Oh, too much fun. Let's see here. Here we go. Sell my house fast in Upper Marlboro. Hi, everybody. I'm number 55 this afternoon. Way to go. Double nickels. John Bickman is number 56. Thank you guys for throwing those thumbs ups at us. We do appreciate it. It all helps. 63 thumbs ups now are in here. I do appreciate all of you who have popped in here to see us, catching up with the show and saying hi to us from wherever you are around the world. It's fantastic. Hopefully you're doing well with the GameStop option writing, and you'll continue to do that. I think there's some easy money to be made this week. I kind of wonder about whether or not this this stock can really hold these kinds of levels. I really wonder if these levels are sustainable. We've had such a run from 76 to here. Pretty good. It's been a good run, but really maybe a bit too much, perhaps. We'll see what, we'll see how it does. Let's see. Here we go. Sell my house, says Uncle Bruce. I heard about a documentary film called Gaming Wall Street. It has to do with all the shenanigans we see, including the shady things Robinhood was doing when GameStop was squeezing. I haven't seen that myself. I have to catch it. Where did you catch it? Is that on like a Netflix or Amazon or something? Let me know. Nice. Thank you, everybody, for popping in. 171.85 on GameStop. We've backed off a little bit from this high level of 173, whatever it was, 173. There we go. 24. 173.24. Giving up a little bit of ground here, but it's still up here. Having an okay day. It's only up 624. We're not going anywhere. Let's see. HBO Max. Oh, okay. HBO Max. I have to see if I can get that. I'm not sure. That might be a US only telecast. I might not be able to catch it up here in Canada. I heard about it on a podcast. Right on, sir. Thank you. Thank you about that. I saw it. The doc was good. I thought it was going to. I thought we were going to see a cameo of Uncle Bruce. There you go. No, nobody called. 170.30 on Gamestop. We're off about just about $3 from the high today here a few minutes ago. 170.30 roughly 170.13 now. The Dow up 88, S&P up 31, Nasdaq up 248 right now. That's what I'm showing here. And thanks Global Blast. Now I know where to find it. Right on. We'll see if I can catch it. I will. That'd be great. Interesting, very interesting developments there. I've just been amazed over the over the last, I don't know how long this has been now, 7 or 8 months. I remember when Robinhood went public. I could not believe it that Robinhood actually could go public. I could not believe it. I was not only somewhat amazed by the SEC clearing it. I couldn't believe that brokerage firms would align themselves with Robinhood to help them go public. And the reason I couldn't believe it is because of the absolute huge number of lawsuits outstanding against the company. And I figured, this deal, this public offering is going to be a disaster. Now, I thought it would be a tough sell to get it out the door, and I didn't think there would be any premium on it. That's how bad I thought the deal would go. Not only did it go out the door, it went up to 70 something? What was high on that Robinhood stuff? Robinhood, $85 a share. Just yeah, sure. I just laugh at that. That's amazing to me. Yeah, I mean, it came out at $32 a share, went up 85, and it's been a downhill. I mean, look, this is what a ski jump looks like in Norway. Okay, if you want to learn how to be an Olympic ski jumper, you start over here. What you do is you hit your button to make sure you don't lose it. You go here up the elevator. You go to the top of the ski jump. You sit up there, and then you survey the scene, and wait for the wind to die down. And then you come on down, and you jump into the sky, and then you land at the bottom. And that's what it looks like from the side. An Olympic ski jump looks just like Robinhood stock. That's 1 year. That's a 1-year chart on Robinhood. Wall Street backed this deal. Wall Street underwrote this deal. Okay, so if this was a SPAC, just think about this. If this was a SPAC, the $32 price would have been $10. It would have zoomed up to 85, which, from 30 to 85 is 2.5, would have gone to 2025, and it would be all the way down here. And it's now trading at $13.77. So it's trading at $3 a unit. Now, here's the crazy part about this, okay? This is what drives me cuckoo. Robinhood, if it was a SPAC, would be trading at $3.35 a share right now. Okay, got that? All right. ME is at $3.90, and they're not Robinhood. Spire's at $2, and they're not Robinhood. And ATIP is at $2, and they aren't Robinhood either. These three companies are legit. They are legitimate companies without hundreds of lawsuits against them waiting to go to court. They're not going to pay millions of dollars every 3 months in legal fees against all kinds of PO'd people. These three companies are all going to make money. They're all going to be successful. Robinhood is going to bleed money for many, many years. And the one of the four was backed by Wall Street, by all the investment bankers, and they put them out there, and they let their clients chase this garbage to $85 a share. And as far as the House of Congress is concerned, the congressional committees, there's nothing to see here. There's nothing to investigate whatsoever. It's all just fine. It's all just fine. That's what gets me going, man. Yeah, that's what gets me going. Anyway, there you have it. Spire Global appoints Benjamin Hackman as head of investor relations. Yeah, we heard that this morning, didn't we? I have no idea who this is. Ski jumps? Oh, nice. Now do SoFi and Matterport, Uncle Bruce. Laugh out loud. Well, there you go. I mean, you know, I look at these SPACs, these former SPACs of ours, and they're under, they're down. The good news is SoFi came out at $10 and it's now $9.83. So that's kind of like Robinhood trading at 31 and coming out at 32. The Rocket Lab is 832. Well, that's kind of like trading at 26 compared to it coming out at 32. With a war going on, inflation, higher interest rates, and I can understand that's all right. I'm not happy with Rocket Lab at 832. I'm not happy at 983 on SoFi. You know that. But that's where we're at. But this Robinhood stuff at $13 a share, it blows my mind. I can't believe Robinhood is at $13.76. I can't believe it's up 26 cents today. These guys are destined to lose nothing but money. Their volumes are down. Client openings are down. SoFi's kicking Robinhood's butt corporately, absolutely kicking its butt. But these stocks right now, one is backed by Wall Street and one is not. And there's the difference, my friend. 81-point gain right now on Dow Jones. Eventually, Robinhood will walk away. Sorry, let me rephrase that. Eventually, Wall Street will walk away from Robinhood stock. Analysts will throw in the towel. Eventually. They just have to lose another $1 billion. So just, wait until they lose the rest of their investors' money, and then we're gone. But keep in mind, Robinhood was backed up by a lot of institutional and hedge funds investors before it went public. They have deep roots in Wall Street. So that's why Robinhood still has this following. Gamestop doesn't have that kind of following, and there's the difference. And SoFi doesn't have it, and Matterport doesn't have it, and ME, and so on and so on. Okay. There you go. What else? I can't believe Royal Caribbean is in the mid-80s. I hear you there. Just keep on skiing, says Liz. Just keep on skiing. Oh, man. Got a 49-cent gain on SoFi. We have a 40-cent gain on Rocket Lab. Can't complain about that. Gamestop right now, 168.74, back under 170. AMC down 18 cents. Over at Highcroft, they're at 225, trying to hang in there. Matterport is up 41 cents. Another good day there. ME down a half a penny. Would love to see a turnaround on that. 395.5. Spire's unchanged at 204. ATIP 202.5. They're letting it go up again. Up 8.5 cents. Smart Rent up 29 to 547, and we're up 36 cents on Cyxtera today. So more green than red, of course. We're down 78 on Pfizer now to 50.78 at the moment. All right. The Dow holding an 83 to 84 point gain. S&P up 33. NASDAQ up 255. There you go. There's a really good video out if you ever want to take a look at the whatever caused the 1987 crash. The biggest stock market crash in all of stock market history was 1987. We lost 22% in one day on the Dow. There's a YouTube video out there. It's kind of a documentary type of thing. I think it's half an hour, 40 minutes long. And it interviews a lot of people about what happened that day with some good background, worthy of a peek if you ever want to look into how that happened and what it was. You'll see, of course, black and white, but mainly color footage. But the color footage is of such a low quality film. You'll just go, why are all these people's faces fuzzy? Why don't I have this HD look? Oh, those days. Island Girl, heard your rant on Superstore and buying plastic bags. Where I live, plastic bags are banned. Bring your own or pay for paper. Mandatory composting here. So we line a container with biodegradable bags. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, I'm disappointed that these stores will sell you plastic bags at a dime a piece. It does bug me too. We know plastic is a problem. We know it's a big problem. And yet these retailers now are making money selling us these bags at a dime. They make money. Anyone following ME in their upcoming presentation this upcoming weekend, asks Rodrigo. The SP has been floating between 390 and 410 over the last week. Nobody following it really. We haven't been mentioning it much. Bobby, we used to have paper bags in Canada. In my lifetime, we got rid of them to save the trees. The thing about paper bags is that you use the leftovers from paper. You don't cut trees down. Trees are cut down, used for whatever they're used for, and then the leftovers are made. That's what you make the paper out of. But anyway, Alberto, I'm here. You can start. Let's go, Tio. Okay, I'm going. I'm going to start the show now, Uncle. You're here. Island Girl, local store used to provide biodegradable grocery bags, but once the plastic ban came, they also couldn't use the bio bags. Boggles the mind. Now they sell us paper. Unbelievable. Justin Schaefer. I might have missed it already, but any GameStop update here? There's no update. There's no news. It's 168.37. When I came on the air, we reached 173.24 high of the day. We've given up now $5 from that pop. We're only up 337 on the day now. And here we are. AMC's losing again at 23.03. It's now down 27 cents. John Bickman, Aspire just shot up 20 to 209 and immediately down to 205. Yeah, it's really under control. There's some kind of control going on there. I don't know what's going on. I'll laugh a lot. Uncle Bruce is right, says Bobby. Andrew, that's a link to an interview with Spire CEO. Pretty informative. Okay, fantastic login. How you doing there, buddy? Uncle Bruce, what are your thoughts on the weed stocks? Now with legalization on the horizon, I find it hard to pick a winner. My fear is that big tobacco will just roll in and crush the little guy. I can tell you, in Canada, we had exactly the same speculation that you guys are getting in the USA. And I can tell you that at the end of the day, there was nothing but heartache. Heartache, Mitch. Nothing but heartache. Canada legalized marijuana. And the federal government no longer made it a federal offense to be caught with a joint. Cops weren't going to write you a ticket if you had a joint in your hand. But there were rules, and the provinces had to come out with their own legislation to legalize the distribution of said product in their province. And inside all cities and towns, incorporated villages and so on, they could make up their own rules as well. And what began to happen was the fantasy was, oh, they're going to legalize cannabis. Oh, this is great. Oh, there's going to be all kinds of taxes generated for the country, the provinces, cities. Isn't that wonderful? Because we're going to get rid of all these illegal, guys and girls. And so it was so regulated, so heavily regulated, that in order to open up what we call a dispensary, a store where you can buy this stuff, you have to pass so many tests, so many rules have to be followed and observed. It's near impossible to open up a dispensary. And if you do run one, you are under such restrictions. It is nightmarish. And the so-called public companies that were listed on the Toronto Stock Exchange that, we're all anticipating payday, it's just going to be payday every day. They quickly found out that the regulations were so onerous, and Health Canada and Agriculture Canada and all of these provincial supervisory boards, and it just goes on and on. I mean, I can't even name them all because there's an endless ream of these. Don't want to take the call. I have no idea that these outfits lost their butts. They just lost their butts. Jen's going to get that phone. I'm not getting that phone. It's going to be Jen. Maybe Jen will get it. I hear her moving. Thank you, Jen. She got it. The phone stopped ringing. In any event, the cannabis companies in Canada had to merge with each other to stay alive. They were losing their butts, and even now, 5 years after legalization, at least 5 years in Canada, there are still no clear winners at all. We have 35 million people. I'm sure 15 million of them utilize the item. Most people use the cannabis stores for medication, and these guys don't make any money. Like the stores, they make a few bucks, but you can't, in Canada, you can't be a big national distributor of cannabis. You can't have Canada Cannabis Company with 200 locations across the country. Not going to be allowed. It's kind of like liquor sales in Canada. Some provinces only allow liquor sales by the provincial stores. Some provinces allow entrepreneurs to have liquor stores. In Alberta, where I am, you go to a Safeway store. We have the grocery store, and you can buy your groceries in there. Now, you want to buy a bottle of rum and a 6-pack of beer, you have to go to a separate building. I mean it, a separate building apart from the Safeway store that might be on the other end of the parking lot. I'm not kidding. And that's a Safeway liquor store. And you can park in front of there and go in and buy your booze and bring it into your car. And children are allowed in the store with an adult, of course, but generally adults don't bring the kids into a liquor store. Why would you do that? It makes no sense. So at the Costco here, the Costco in Canada, in Alberta, the Costco store in Alberta, you go to the Costco store, do your shopping, you come out, you walk outside the store, you walk all the way to the back of the Costco store, and that's 300 feet, and there's another little building that's been put up there. It looks like a garage, but it's made up brick and everything. It's as solid as Fort Knox because they don't get break-ins. And they sell liquor there. But you actually don't need a Costco card to buy liquor at a Costco liquor store. You can just walk in and buy a bottle of booze and walk out. It is so amateur hour, and it is so over-the-top regulated that I don't know how you make money in this province selling booze, because the margins are just awful, because the money all goes to the province in taxes. With cannabis, I don't know how they make them. I don't know how they make money. I really don't know. So the dealers are still in business. Dealers in Alberta, California, Washington, Oregon, they're fine. Dealers are just as busy as they've ever been because they don't have the margins. They don't have to report. They don't pay taxes. They are used to taking cash. On and on and on it goes. And governments are literally taxing themselves out of the business that they thought would bring them untold riches to pay for government programs. And yeah, certain states and certain governments do okay, but as a rule, investors are getting slaughtered, just slaughtered. Anyway, there it is. Mirko, hey, Uncle Bruce, I sold a covered call on GameStop, 170 for this Friday. Premium, 1049. I like it. I like it, my friend. GameStop right now, 168.93. They're out of the money. Way to go, Mirko. Charlie, so now I've got covered calls and puts on GameStop, but I own no free shares. I don't know if I want to root for it to climb or drop. I don't know what to do anymore. Bobby, there's 5 stores to buy wheat from my house to work. I still go to my friend of a friend. It's cheaper. There you go. Mirko, looking to buy back cheap during the week. There you go. I hear you, buddy, and you will. PB, thank you for this donation. Gamble, GMBL with a big shot today. More to come. IVR looks safe bet to double on dividend alone and undervalued. Would you agree, Bruce? I have no idea who these companies are. I don't know who they are. So I can't agree. I can't disagree. John, you have to give up your Second Amendment rights in Michigan if you're in the weed business. Giving up rights. Liz, Colorado selling way better quality than the Netherlands. Legalizing has the future. Just take a look at Portugal and their policy. Any type of drugs isn't a felony, but instead you get help. I agree. Just the Native Indians are the winners, I guess. Charlie sold covered calls and puts on games. I wanted to clarify before Uncle Bruce sent me to the corner for withholding information. John, correct. You cannot carry a firearm if you're in the weed business in Michigan. Michael, liquor and beer are even separate stores in New York. Liquor and beer. And that's the same in, I think it was Idaho. At Costco, Idaho, you could buy wine and beer at Costco, but you can't buy rum and whiskey. You had to buy that at a government store. Asinine, stupid, inefficient political football. It is so pathetic. Liz, if I'm correct, Canadian Tilray has a government contract with the UK and Portugal for legal weed. I wouldn't know. I don't study it. Alberto, MJNA, only penny stock owned cannabis stock holding for several years, blah, blah, blah. The Credit Savage, number one. Hello, simpletons and Uncle Bruce. Hope you're all doing well today. Now, a public service announcement. If you're in your 40s and have small kids, don't drink more than 3 shots when gambling at casinos. Even if it's free scotch. Not a good idea. Number two, I made the biggest mistake on thinking I was in my 20s again, and I had a shot after shot this weekend, and Saturday was the saddest day of my 40s. When the kids in your head are spinning, no bueno. Oh, no. Costco by me is liquor and wine only. Michael, beer is sold at supermarkets, 7-Eleven distributors. John, beer and wine is one license in Michigan. Liquor is another. Need to apply for both, etc. It's just ridiculous. It's I remember when I was a young lad. I was about 11 years old, 10 years old. I went with my mother. My mom had to do some errands, and I was with her in the car. She wanted to go into the liquor store. This is in Kitchener, Ontario, and in those days. This will be 1966, 67. You parked your car in the parking lot. It was a government-run store. You went in the doors. It looked like the doors of a post office, really tall and imposing, hardly customer-friendly. And you went in there, and you walked into a floor area that had like a marble-type floor, highly polished. And then they had these wooden, remember, if you remember or you ever see in a movie, what a bank branch looks like where you used to fill in your deposit slips. They would have these wooden spots, some against the walls, where you just write in. And what you had to do was you took a piece of paper that they had these forms. You took these forms and you hand filled in what you wanted. And so they would have like a list of what liquor was available, and my mother wanted, I think, Seagram's VO 32-ounce bottle of booze, and so she checked. They provided a pencil, and you pencil on a string, and you'd fill this in, and then you would bring it to the front to the counter, and the gentleman behind the counter would take your paper order. They would look it up, and they would give you the once over. And if you were anywhere near 21 years of age, they'd ask you for identification. In my mother's case, I don't think they asked her for identification, because I walked up with her and they saw the mother and her son. So they took her payment, and they said, "One moment, ma'am," and then you walked over to the side, and your liquor would come out. The guy would come out with a bottle and put it in a paper bag for you and hand it to you. And then my mom would walk out with this bottle of booze. The funny thing was that inside that entire entity, there was no display of any of the alcohol. You didn't see any of it. You didn't see a bottle. You didn't see a display. You didn't see a poster. You didn't see any corporate advertising. You had to know what it is you wanted. You had to know the brand and what it was. Now, you could probably ask the guy behind the counter for assistance. I've got a wedding, and I'm supposed to bring gin, and I'm supposed to bring tonic, and I'm supposed to bring blah, 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 whatever. And they tell you the different brands and all that kind of stuff. But these forms would show the brand, the name of the item, the ounces, and the price. And anytime they changed the price, they had to reprint these forms. I mean, we're talking really stupid inefficiency. But the Bible Belt was so powerful. The memories of prohibition were so dominant that this alcohol was so frowned upon by certain members of society who had political power, because they all voted en masse. Sound familiar? That anyone who wanted a drink, I mean, it was a nightmare to try to buy a bottle of booze in those days. For some people, it was just ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, these as a European, these rules seem so silly. I can't agree with you more. I cannot. Michael, you can't get a liquor license at a beer distributor in New York. Jason, it is separate license in Michigan, but at least we can buy liquor and beer in the same store. Michael, can't hear it. So stupid. John, yes, that is true. John, Jason, John, where in MI are you? Cindy, when I was in Nebraska, you could drive through and buy your beer. Mirko, in Germany, you can buy beer, wine, and hard stuff in every supermarket. For beer, you have to be 16. Everything else, 18. Believe it or not, we are not all drunks. I agree, you're not. It is so grown up in Europe. It is so mature in Europe. It is so not an issue in Europe. But in North America, we are children. We are beyond over the top stupid in North America. We are dumber than dumb gets. It is really pathetic. Cindy, I'm from Michigan, also Detroit area. Jason, Wayne country. Same, says John. I can get both delivered if I'm feeling lazy, though. John, Grosse Point, Woods for me. Many states do that. Montana liquor is separate from beer. Oklahoma liquor and any beer over 3.2% is only available in liquor stores and sold warm. Oh, my God. John 3, Wayne County, Bagel Heads, Small World. Cindy B, I'm in Fendale. Jason, looks like Uncle Bruce needs to do a meet and greet here, laughing out loud. Cindy, I'm Oakland County. Island Go. Remember Consumers Distributing in Canada? Consumers Distributing in Canada. Same thing, had to fill out a form for general merchandise, and then they went into the back to get it for the item. Yeah, the Consumers Distributing stores, you walked in, and they had these catalogs, and they were all inside plastic pages. You remember they protected the pages by putting them all in plastic, and you would look at, and I want to get a toaster. Oh, toasters! They got all these toasters, and it was like looking at a Sears catalog, but you're in a store, and you're standing there, and you're filling out this form for the toaster, and then you hand it to the guy at the counter. He'd go to the back and bring it out, show you the box with the toaster in it, and then you'd buy it, and then you'd walk out with it. Very popular store way back when. Unbelievable. I'm in Canton, says Jason. Cindy, anyone remember going to Chicago to buy liquor? John, sorry, Cindy, you said Detroit area, so I assumed Wayne. Jim, Wisconsin has beer and wine at gas stations. Like Savage. On a positive note, I gambled 2 days, had multiple drinks and food at the Pepper Mill in Reno, and the kids had a blast playing in the snow at the kids club. Free rooms, all for $200, 3 days. Yay! John, Metro Detroit is covered in SMWB. Tulsa, Oklahoma, says Jen. Cindy, I'm a block from Detroit. I'm 9 Mile. Michael, 3.2% is not beer. Sorry. Pickcomb, St. Clair County, Milwaukee here. John, nice. My sisters both live next to you in Royal Oak. Shays, I did my taxes this weekend after processing too many transactions for less than $20. I think I need to be more patient and don't jump out of any contracts too soon, and to do more $5 plus contract rights. There you go. But you're smarter now than you were when you started. You know more now. We're up 60 on the Dow. Gamestop 169.01, 978 on SoFi. There you go. John Bickman, another Michiganer. Mikey, when you figure out that the government run less like governments and more like organized crime outfits, then you understand North America, right? Cindy, cool, John, love Royal, or Francisco. You were, what is a store sounds more like a warehouse? Yes, I know. These places you're all talking about, what if the bagels have more than 5% alcohol in them? What is one by a whiskey schmia? Nancy, here in Nevada, we have liquor stores at the car wash. I think a quarter of the drivers on the road are over the limit. Scott, I only drink distilled water and grain alcohol. Thumb number 107 here. Oh, I remember in Ontario where I grew up, we had the beer store, and then you had the liquor store. Yeah, and the beer store, you could bring your empties back. So you'd see guys like my dad would pull up in his Chevy, and he would pull out two containers of empties. And what you did was on the outside of the store, they had this rolling track that you could put your empties on, and you could shove them in there, and you'd walk in and you'd shove them into the window. Then you go inside and then bring them from the window into the guy at the counter, and then he would count up your bottles and then give you a piece of paper, and hand you a piece of paper which tells you just brought back 48 empties, which would be like a nickel a piece or something like that. And then my dad would walk to the other side of the store where there was the rolling rack, and he would see up on the wall up above would be all the pictures of the kind of beer you could order. And he'd order Molson Export. I remember the Molson Export beer in the brown stubby bottles. So he'd order 2 24s. He'd order 48 bottles of beer, and he'd hand the guy the chip for the empties, and the guy would work out the differential, and then my dad would pay him, and rolling out would come 2 24s of the beer, and you'd roll it all the way out to the front of the store, and you could roll it out through the window, and then when you come out the store, you just grab the 2, and then you could walk it to your car. And that was how you bought your beer up until, I'm not even sure if that's still going in Ontario. I honestly don't know, but for all my life that I was there until I was 21, that's how you bought beer in Ontario. Antiquated. In Alberta, they had liquor stores with beer. Then the provincial government here had a financial crisis. We had an oil crash. Can't remember what it was in the 80s, but I can't remember what year it was. And the Alberta government decided to privatize all liquor stores, which allowed the government of Alberta to lay off all unionized provincial beer store and liquor store sellers, all the distribution centers, all the retail stores gone. The public loved it. We were so happy because every summer on May 30th, the contract would expire for the beer workers and the alcohol sellers, and they would go on strike June 1. And that would last till the middle of summer, and they would demand 15% pay raises and wouldn't go back unless they got it. So finally, these guys priced themselves out of the business, and the government shut it all down, and they sold off all of their liquor locations or shut them all down, and they licensed mom and pops and allowed big retailers to open separate buildings for their liquor sales. And so all of a sudden, instead of having 10 places in a city of 1 million or 20 places in a city of 1 million where to get beer, you now had 500 places to go. And they were all well lit. They were always inspected. They were always perfectly clean. No children allowed. No issues. No one drinking on the sidewalk outside these stores. Nothing like that whatsoever. And you got to know the owner of the liquor store, and you got to support your local husband and wife. Fabulous. Buy beer, buy liquor. You can even buy pop and chips all inside the one store. Fantastic. We loved it. The rest of the country, where all the Bible belts were, all the other, they were considering those of us in Alberta to be absolute drunks. Total, they were, of course they do that. They're drunks. That's what they're doing. Not the case whatsoever. But so political. Here in Miami, I was a very popular liquor store about 1/2 a block away. Can ask for recommendations on whiskey and get free samples to try. I've discovered and tasted hidden amber colored gems. Michael, yep, same here, Bruce. Michael, I made it, and I'm up 39 cents. Sweet. Sweet. Shez, you're talking about my life now in Ontario. Bruce, I can buy beer and wine in a grocery store, though, finally. Michael, Molson Golden. Molson 50. Uncle Bruce, they started selling beer at grocery stores like Walmart. Shez, my local place is still like that with a few updates in Ontario. They say, Justin, it's time for the like button to make a rally into the market close. We are down to 12 minutes to go. Michael, I can buy beer almost everywhere but liquor, only at liquor stores. Oh, my God. Credit Savage, Nancy, I really like Nevada. The kids love it. The wife likes it very much, and I like the casinos. Real estate is not bad outside Reno. Definitely a great place to visit. Island Girl, I remember some grocery stores which would roll out your groceries in bins to the outside of the store. You drove up with your car and load your vehicle, and then you leave. It was so simple. I love Costco in California. Go to the Costco store with your cart, roll through, and right next to the bakery and where the vegetables are is the liquor, is the booze. And you can buy all the booze you want and all the beer you want, all the wine you want, and you just put it in your cart, and then you go to the bakery area, and you go to the meat section, and you go to the dairy section, you go to the freezer section, and then you go to the front of the store and you check out with your stuff. No big Deal. Absolutely nothing burger. And it works beautifully and it is so convenient, especially for those folks who are in walkers and those folks who are using the electric power assist shopping carts, for those who have trouble walking or hip operation people. Jen can use an electric cart inside of Costco in California, and she can ride up and get her bottle of rum if she wants, or get her Kahlua, get her wine. So that's adult. That's adult. But Europe, it is at the top of the chain. I mean, any grocery store, just walk in and buy your beer and buy your liquor. No one cares. No one look. Cigarettes are available at the checkout counter. No one bats an eye. It is so grown up. It is just so grown up. Anyway, Michael, Costco delivers groceries. Jim, Minnesota only just started selling alcohol on Sundays a few years ago. No more crossing the border on game day for last minute provisions. Only 3.2 beer at the grocery store, though. Baby steps. It's so stupid. It is so childish. It is so immature. It's incredible. We're 10 minutes away from the close. We're up 96 points on the Dow. Rocket Lab 830 up 38 cents. SoFi at 978 up 44. GameStop 171.17 up $6. AMC 23.39 up 9 cents. AMC finally up. Highcroft only up 11 at 227, but it's up 11. Matterport 860 up 36. ME 397.5 up 1.5 cents. Spire 204 unchanged on Spire. It's not going anywhere. ATIP $2.50. Smart Rent 542 up a quarter. I don't want to hear. Smart Rent up 24 cents. Xterra up 26 cents. Pfizer down 60 right now. I love Costco, says the Credit Savage. The Costco vodka is made at the same place they make Grey Goose vodka in, and the Costco tequila is distilled at the same place Patron is made. You get twice the liquor for half the money. Michael, what beer is even 3.2? Near beer? What a boring close. John, I miss beer from vending machines. Mallow, 3.2 proof beer is just fermented water. Lorraine, I believe Walmart will stop selling cigarettes in Georgia. Jen Doe. So I realize I probably messed this up, but I'm hoping to get advice. A long time ago, I bought a $20 cash secured put on Rocket Lab that expires on the 14th of April. I got it at 8, and it's now listed at 11. Next steps. Okay, I probably messed this up. I'm hoping to get advice. I bought a $20 cash secure. Okay, so now you could not have. Okay, I'm just double checking for anybody else's comments here. Jen, did you sell it first? Did you write that contract? Is that what you did? Or did you buy it for $8? Did you pay to get it and now you can sell it for 11? If you wrote it for 8, you're down $3. If you bought it for 8, you're up $3. So you got to help me here. Michael, I shop from my couch. Instacart is the way. Michael, John Anderson, when I lived in Japan, they were everywhere. Beer in vending machines. Credit Savage, that's sad. If it's under 5% alcohol, can it even be reconsidered beer? You can't even consider beer. It's just alcoholic water. I mean, under 5% isn't beer. SEC calling. Island Girl, put the phone on mute, Bruce. Mallow, is that Alberta, your nephew calling? Alberto, your nephew. Alberto calling. No, it's not Alberto calling. Yeah, I don't know what to make of that. We're up 102 on the Dow. We're up 36 on S&P. We're up 261 on NASDAQ. NASDAQ's up 1.8%. It's doing great. Nobody else is doing great. Oh, Alberto Mallow, it was me calling, but he only picks up the phone for Beach Boy. Michael wrote Jen Doe. Yes, I wrote that contract. So you sold it. You didn't buy it for $8. You sold it and received $8. Now it's trading at $11. So you are down $300 on a contract. If you were to buy it back, you would lose $300 on the contract. You can buy it back anytime you want. If your Rocket Lab goes up in price, And was that Rocket Lab? I'm not even sure. Long time I bought Rocket Lab. Yeah. So today Rocket Lab went up 39 cents. Okay, at this moment in time, with a 39-cent gain on Rocket Lab, your put contract is $39 less of a loss to you right now. So it goes up 39 cents again tomorrow. You lose another $39 less on this contract. So the contract will drop in value the higher the price of the stock. Now you've written a $20 put contract. So you are being obligated, if you don't buy this thing back, you're going to be sold 100 shares at $20 a share. You got paid $8 to do it, which means that you're really paying $12 for the stock, right? But it's only $8.30 right now. So this is where you're down on the contract. You're losing money because it hasn't held its price since you sold the put, since you wrote it. The stock has gone down, so the put value has increased. So if Rocket Lab would kindly go back to $10 a share, as an example, your put would have a $10 actual value to it, book value of 10, because it's exercisable at 20 if the stock's trading at 10. But at 8.30, the book value of your contract is 11.70 right now. That's where I see it right at the moment. So there you go. So your next steps, you have until the 14th of April to deal with this. That's not this Friday, but the next Friday. So if the shares climb between now and next Friday, the loss will drop. The contracts might go down to $10. They might go down to $9. Once they get down to 8, you're breaking even. But if you don't break even, you're going to lose. Now, you do not have to buy the stock back. You need only buy your contract back, any contract. So if the market is 10 to 11 and you put in a buy order at 10.10 as a stink bid, you're agreeing to pay $1,010 to buy the call back, the put back. You will still lose $210, but by not buying it at the ask price of 11, you're not paying $1,100 to get it back. You're offering to pay $1,010, $90 less if you get it. I'm not saying you will. If the stock keeps coming up each day, 20 cents here, 30 cents, 40 cents, your put contract will drop in value. Also, I'm not sure if your put contract is trading in any kind of a premium or not. It might be trading at only book value. I don't know. But the time is running out, and whatever time value has evaporated, this contract is probably being quoted now at book value. I hope that makes sense to you. I'm hoping I got that done for you. Okay. Let's see here. Let's continue on. Let me continue on. Okay. Jen, way to go. Let's hope the stock goes up, please. Let's go. John Anderson, yes, Michael, I missed Japan. Drops trades about the 12th one. You feel a buzz. 3.2. Austin, 129Y is SoFi Green. And DH Ruda, we're down 3 minutes. Austin, probably because you wrote a cover call against it. At least that's what happens when I write anything. ATIP is 201. Duncan, good afternoon, simpletons. Michael, Thursday before Good Friday, market closed that Friday. Shouldn't she roll her put contract out a few months and maybe lower strike price? That might be an idea. Yes, that's helpful. Thank you. Uncle Bruce, that GameStop $90 cover call I sold, expiring 422, rollover now or keep waiting, giving that GameStop may scale back this next week, looking at volume and available flow. Chris Savage, keep an eye open. Like I said this morning to anybody who was here, whenever you can do a rollover, you do the rollover. The key here is to find the contract you want to roll into and then execute. And if you can move up, you would definitely want to move up off of 90. Yes. We only have 4 trading days next week. Interesting. 2 minutes to go, and we shut down the day here. GameStop 170.15, up 5.15 a share. The Dow's up only 76 points. Rocket Lab up 38. SoFi up 44. GameStop 170.15. AMC up 2 cents. Highcroft up 7. Matterport up 34 to 8.58. ME up a half a penny. Spire down 2 cents to 2.02. ATIP 201 up 8 cents today. Smart Rent 539 up 21. Sextera 1265 up 33 cents. And Pfizer down 63 cents today. That's where we're at here, coming into the final minute of the day. I really like to buy back a contract. If it reaches about 75% profit, But when you make 24 cents one day, I almost want to buy back and readjust my strike. Mike, yes, market closed April 15th. We're closed on the April 15th, excuse me. And that is why contracts expire on the 14th, which is the Thursday, I guess. That's what's going on. We're into the last minute of our day here. 96-point gain on the Dow. GameStop 170.65 right now, 170.13. We're jumping around, 170.10. Just up about $5. There it is. We're just about done for the day today. Whew. Let's see how it goes. Yep. End of day. We are done and we are finito. And we didn't have a lot happening. That's for sure. The Dow up 103, S&P up 36.9. NASDAQ up 270. The NASDAQ is up 1.9%. It had a great day. It was a very good day, but not for the Dow. Up 0.28 of a percentage point. S&P up 0.82 of a percentage point. Not even half the not even half the NASDAQ market. There you go. Final close on GameStop 170.60, up 560 on the day. Volume of 4.5 million shares. That is really showing a drop off on volume. Doesn't that show it all? Doesn't that say it all? We could really be going down here. We'll see. AMC 51 million. Highcroft volume 52 million. They're still up there, but they're nowhere near what they were. And that's about what we got, kids. That's what this market is doing. Yeah. Another interesting day here. Mostly green. Apple up 4, Microsoft up 5.55. Goldman down $1.80 to 328.39. Cisco up 21 cents. Facebook up $9. Amazon up 95. Tesla up 60 to 11.45. Google up 58.85. Bed Bath Beyond down 2 pennies. BlackBerry up 30 cents. Royal Caribbean 83.40 down 26 cents. There you have it. There's your finals as we see them come through. The bigger beer companies brew a 3.2 of their most popular ones, Bud Light, Miller Lite. I always feel bad for the poor souls walking out with those beers. Yeah, well, they used to sell it as sort of a healthier option. They tried to sell it as a less filling, great taste option. Europeans don't fall for that crap. Neither do Canadians. It's got to be 5% alcohol or more to be real beer. Otherwise, it's just water. It's just crap. But hey, beer companies are making money. They're not there to make friends, and they're not there for pure reasons. They're there to make money, and they want to move a lot of product, and they do. Of course, what I find interesting is in most, depending on where you are in the world, and certainly in Calgary, there are a ton of what we call micro breweries all over the place in Alberta. There are many a restaurant here that also have a little brewery attached to them, and they produce beer for in-house sales and kegs and other restaurants, and some of them do very, very well because they produce a beer you just can't buy this kind of tasting beer anywhere else, and it is of a high quality nature. But I'm not a beer guy, so I can't help you there. Anyway, no idea. The liquor business in North America is just amateur hour and heavily politicized, over the top politicized, just over the top. But hey, it is what it is, and the history of alcohol has been controversial. But you want to see how it's handled in a different way. Go to some of the countries in Europe. Are they all perfect on how they handle it? No, no. But Germany has kind of got their act together, I would say. Yeah, it's not amateur hour over there, not at all. Yeah, but that's another matter. Anyway, to each his own, and thank you all for being here tonight. Join me tomorrow at 8:30 Eastern time, if you dare, and we will stay on top of this market together to see what's going on. We'll try to follow what's happening. I appreciate all of you joining me today and hanging out. Again, thank you for thumbs ups, 137 thumbs ups for this show. I appreciate that. If you're able to throw a thumbs up our way, please hit the thumbs up button and give us a little more momentum. Join us tomorrow, 8:30 Eastern, where we'll open up the markets again and see what's going on. If you're a Gold Bagel member, like one of these folks up here, we will be on the air for you with a special early trading alert show, and we'll tell you what we think is going on and what's happening, and give you some ideas as what you should be looking for to make some more money. Hopefully, some of you made money today, and you'll make more money tomorrow. That would be lovely. We'll see what we can do with some upside suggestions for you in the markets. Okay, everybody, thank you for being here tonight and this afternoon. I'm going to be off now until later tonight, 7:00, for members of my traveling channel, Traveling with Bruce. And then at 8:00, if you've got nothing better on your plate, come on, join me. Traveling with Bruce, 8:00 Eastern time for cruise ship and travel news. We'll go over that together. I'll try and see if I can get the scene to go on mute. I don't know if that's even possible. Thank you again. Have a lovely afternoon and evening. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye for now.